Hi there, my name is Linh Podetti and I'm the founder of Outsourcing Angel, and in today's video I'll be talking about the biggest concerns people have when working with virtual assistants. While many businesses have turned to outsourcing work to offshore virtual assistants, it's natural to still have some reservations, so it's good to discuss all the pros and cons. Based on over 10 years of outsourcing experience, here are some of the key concerns that I always hear about when businesses consider hiring virtual assistants. Language and cultural barriers, internet connectivity, time zone differences, security and privacy, impact on your in-house employees, lack of trust and commitment, reduction in quality control, and potential for abandonment. So in this video, I'm going to dive into the truth about each of these concerns and what you can do to avoid it happening to your business. And if you watch this full video, you'll also get some free gifts like useful templates and downloads to help you work with a virtual assistant. Problem number one, language and cultural barriers. If you're located somewhere like Australia, US, or UK, you might be concerned about outsourcing work to VAs in other countries, especially when it comes to customer service or client-facing roles. Countries like the Philippines and Singapore have over 1.5 million remote workers that are highly educated and proficient in written and verbal English. If this is an important criteria for your business, you must emphasize this during the recruitment process and have written and verbal tests for the VA to take before proceeding further in the interview process. For example, if you're looking for a copywriter, you might give them a test task and ask for several examples of their work for industries similar to yours. You'll also be able to gauge during your video interview with them just how easy it is to communicate and work together. It's extremely important to have this instant connection with your VA if you want it to work long term. You may then be worried about cultural differences and the lack of understanding of different types of cultural references or interactions. This is why for specific outsourcing assignments like customer service, look for a VA that is experienced in working with your target market within your country, or find a VA that is easily adaptable and provide the right onboarding and training materials such as example scenarios, call scripts, and a cheat sheet for your VA to use. If you choose to hire a VA through an outsourcing business like us, we actually have a very detailed recruitment process which involves creating a strategy map for you to review and approve, screening our talent pool against this strategy map, conducting a panel interview with the shortlisted candidates plus our HR manager, subject matter expert, and general manager. Shortlist the candidates and then have an interview with you. The general manager will then take them through orientation and setup. And if for any reason you're not happy with your VA, we also provide you with fast and free replacement cover as well as 1 week free. Now, if that's something that you want for your business, make sure you kickstart the process by booking a discovery call with our outsourcing expert today. Problem number two is internet connectivity. Now, another common concern that people have when working with VAs in the Philippines is their internet connection. But what many people don't realize is that the Philippines is quickly becoming the social media capital of the world. And while internet connectivity may not be as widely available as it is for first world countries, it's definitely improved immensely and the workforce is becoming more dependent on being online. Like I mentioned earlier, as part of our recruitment process at Outsourcing Angel, we conduct a panel interview with our candidates. And during this panel interview, we have a comprehensive list of criteria that we test on these VAs. This includes running a technical test to examine their home office setup, the internet specs, their backup internet plan, and their online communication platforms. And in order to show up to a VA interview, they must also have a webcam and clear video, a microphone and clear audio. These are extremely important things we look out for with every VA role. Problem three, time zone differences. If you're used to working with local staff, then you're probably used to everyone showing up to work during the same business hours. So it scares you to think about hiring a VA with a different schedule from yours. Well, it's just a matter of setting work hour expectations at the very start so that whoever applies to work as your VA is completely aware of the hours they have to be online for the job. There are VAs that will be online during your regular 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. business hours, which in the Philippines is roughly 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Those work hours are actually not a huge difference at all. In fact, some VAs are happy to work the graveyard shifts, which are outside of your regular business hours or during your public holidays and breaks when you need someone online. It's all a matter of figuring out when you want your VA to be online and setting that expectation from the start so you won't need to worry about time zone differences. Problem number 4 is security concerns. Now, big businesses in particular are usually concerned about sharing things like private business information, login details, client lists, and other sensitive information. But there is now software and tools we can use to minimize the risks of sharing information to outsourced staff. At Outsourcing Angel, we store all of our logins in a password management tool called LASTPASS. We love LASTPASS because it allows you to have one main LASTPASS account for the admin user. This admin user can give someone access to logins or revoke it when needed without sharing the actual password used. Keeps everyone in sync. If passwords need to be changed or updated, the admin makes this update to the main account and it's automatically synced for anyone who has access without sharing the actual password. Customize user permissions. Passwords can be stored in folders and certain users can have access to certain folders. Have an overview of the login details. Admins can view report logs with timestamps of who has access, what logins, and from where. Now, if you're worried about sharing personal data at the risk of privacy and security for your business or your clients, there are companies like teba from teba.com.au that offer remote desktop solutions. They use the latest CITRIX technology so that you can provide remote desktop access to a VA or overseas staff member while your company data is still locked away. This is a great solution for healthcare, financial, and education industries. Problem 5, impact on your in-house employees. If this is your first time hiring VAs, you might be worried about the impact on your in-house employees and their morale. This might happen if your employee wants to be assigned to a task that you decide to give to a VA, leaving them feeling disappointed or maybe even a bit threatened. But what you're really doing by hiring a VA is freeing up your staff's time on repetitive tasks so that they can make a bigger impact to your bottom line. Increase efficiency so that your company can scale and grow. Fills the skills gap so that they don't have to try and do it all, instead they can focus on their strengths. This is exactly what you need to communicate to your local staff to get them excited about the opportunities that will come from expanding your business through outsourcing. Instead of seeing this as a concern for employee morale, you should see it as a new milestone for your business, creating more opportunities within your team. Whatever you do, make sure you're also listening to your local employees so that there's a constant feedback loop. Have regular catch-ups with them and ask questions like, how has work been since we've hired the VA? Are you enjoying the tasks that you're currently doing? Do you have any suggestions on how we could improve? This way, your employees are fully involved in the process too. Problem 6, lack of trust and commitment. This is the biggest problem that I see with micromanagers. Yes, that's right. The managers like to helicopter over their employees and end up saying, I'll just do it myself because I can do it better. Or maybe you don't trust that your VAs are doing the actual work just because you can't see them in person. Well, it's time now to adopt an outsource mindset because the lack of trust and commitment is only going to hinder your relationship with your VA in the long run. To do this, you'll need to ensure that your VAs will give their full dedication and commitment to the job by having clear communication channels. We use Slack as our online chat tool with all of our VAs and staff. Slack is great because you can see when your team member is online and instantly chat to them throughout the day. Create a feedback loop. Set a regular catch-up schedule where you can have video calls with your VA and provide them with feedback on the work, as well as allow them to give you feedback in return. This feedback loop will bring you both closer together and hit the ground running faster. Showing your appreciation. And one of the most important things that you can do to build the trust and commitment with your VA is to show how much you appreciate them. Thank them for completing tasks. Praise them for doing well, reward them for exceeding expectations, and surprise them on special occasions like birthdays and work anniversaries. A little go a long way. Problem 7, reduction in quality control. With any employee, whether you're a local or outsourced VAs, there's always a concern in the quality of their work. Some people are great during the interview process, but their output may not be what you expect. So besides the rigorous interview process, what else can you do to maintain a high quality of work? Assign a quality checker. In the beginning stages, the person checking the quality of the VA's work may be you, or you may want to assign a specific staff member. Whoever this is, they must be willing to provide the initial back and forth communication when providing feedback on the quality of the VA's work. Here at Outsourcing Angel, we assign a team leader who's an experienced senior staff member with every VA working with a new client. Their sole job is to check in on the VAs and examine how effectively they're communicating with their clients in the initial months. Once there is good momentum, it's smooth sailing from there. But we always recommend spending time having a quality checker at the start. Setting clear expectations and deadlines. We use project management tools such as Basecamp or Asana, which makes it easy to create a task with detailed briefs such as deadlines, deliverables, and editing notes. Without a project management tool, things might get lost through miscommunication. These tools will also send reminders when things are close to the due date to ensure everyone is on top of their work. Problem 8. Potential for abandonment. Sometimes your VA could suddenly disappear and you're left with time and money wasted on recruiting and training a virtual staff member. Although this is unlikely, if this happens and you've hired a VA through a company like ours, we offer free replacement cover and 1 week free if the relationship for any reason doesn't work out. However, if you've hired a VA yourself and they've suddenly abandoned you, then it may be because the VA wasn't happy working with your company, or the VA was juggling another role or received a better offer. There was a sudden emergency. Well, in any of these situations, you'll need to minimize the risk of it happening by doing all the things I've mentioned previously, such as providing clear communication and training, creating a feedback loop, and showing your appreciation. Well, at the end of the day, it's really up to you to provide the best working environment as possible for a long-term relationship with all of your employees, including your VAs. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'd love to hear in the comments below if you have any questions for me. But if you enjoyed this video, please check out the next video here.